What if the person you least expected had an amazing secret? From the award-winning creative team of Millar and Rafael Albuquerque comes the feel-good comic of the year.
It's That Other Review Show, brought to you by Two Black Labs Audio and a week in Geekdom.
Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode, another edition of That Other Review Show on a week in Geekdom here on YouTube, and we're reviewing another comic book, yes, another graphic novel I should say, and this time I read the interesting Huck. I gotta say, I was really surprised by this, and I'll tell you why. This comic book, I had no idea it existed. I read the description for the trade, and I was actually really intrigued by it, and I went ahead and picked it up. I think it was like $5.99 or something like that, less than $10 for 6 issues. That's an amazing deal right there. Basically, Huck, in a nutshell, without spoiling anything, he is basically a gentle giant. This guy has an amazing gift, amazing abilities, and he's out there to help people in his local town, and the people there appreciate and love him and want to keep him safe, and they don't like to they don't like to talk about him outside the town and all that stuff. But unfortunately, something happens, or someone happens, and they spill the beans, and everybody finds out about Huck, and a lot of shenanigans ensue. This book really took me by surprise. I was expecting something completely different, and in some regards, I was left a little disappointed, but overall, I thought it was great. Millar, of course, he is a outlandish figure himself. Lots of people, he's one of those polarizing writers. But Huck was an opportunity to write something heartfelt, to write something that meant something to people, and I think it got the point across. Before I continue, I just want to tell you guys, Rafael Albuquerque, my God, I love this guy's art. He is just amazing. I absolutely love it. He is one of my favorite artists. I love his work on American Vampire, on Batgirl, and so many other books. But this, I had no idea what I was getting into. The drawings are so crisp. Everything looks great with finesse and a great distinctive style that emulates like the best mashup you can have of Eastern and Western animation splattered across the pages, and it just looks so dynamic, vibrant, and not to mention the amazing work by Mackay. He is an amazing colorist and really brought to life Rafael's art. You know what? Let me take a second and show you guys what I mean, and I'll come back with more stuff about Huck. On to the book itself. Everybody was high praising it as something that everybody should read, and I was really curious about it, so I wanted to check it out. I got the book, I read it, and overall, I like the story. I really like the concept behind it. We need more heroes like this, where there is an innocence to it, and we need more characters that want to do good for the sake of doing good deeds. I know it's a little bit shocking, I know it's a little bit hard to come by, because the world really is such a dark and just sarcastic and cynical place to live in these days. So when you find out the reaction that Huck gets to everything that he's doing and all that stuff, it's very reminiscent of something that we would experience in real life, in that certain kind of people want to exploit you and want to get the best of you, but there are good people out there. The book, I thought it was going to be a standalone series, but it says book 1, so I'm assuming they're making more issues, and I don't think that is the right way to go about it. I mean, I would like to see more stories featuring Huck, but like I gotta say, part of the reason I was a little bit disappointed with the book is the fact that I think the story, one, should have been longer, two, should have been stretched out, because the first part of the book, when you find out who the character is, and then it proceeds to other characters finding out, and then the whole world knowing about this amazing character, it all just happens in the blink of an eye. I think it was way too fast-paced for its own good. This 6-issue story should have been spread out into like 12 issues, and I think if you would have gotten a little bit more time with Huck by himself and helping others and knowing what his goal is, what his mission is, then maybe you would have developed a deeper bond with the character. By the time everybody finds out, literally it's like a page turner, and I just thought maybe it could have been exploited a little bit better, so you would have, I don't know, so you would have gotten a little bit more sentimental with the character, because it is a highly sentimental story overall. It's playing with your emotions. But I think if you're rushing this, I don't think, like, yeah, some people, I keep hearing that a lot of people found this a very emotional storyline, and I can concur with that. I agree. But it could have been better. It could have been even more impactful if we would have spent more time with Huck, in my opinion. And when you do find out, and when the whole world finds out about Huck, it could have slowed down a little bit. And then by the third act, which I will not spoil, and you find out about certain characters that get introduced and some backstory and all that stuff, that is a little bit jarring, because when the book first starts, you don't get a sense that this is where the story's headed. It's so out of left field, and me personally, I would have preferred a simple storyline of this guy doing good deeds around town and helping people, and the media and the fascination with the media of scrutinizing this social media star all of a sudden, and hey, there's this guy with powers, and how is he doing that, and how is he helping people, why is he helping people, what does he get out of it? Examining those topics instead of just quickly glancing over them and going into the next storyline, which was more action-packed and all that stuff. And that's fine. I love Cape and Cow storylines, and I love what they're trying to do, this Superman-esque character that is straight out of the 30s or 40s with really good values and all that stuff. I just would have preferred more of the first 2 issues than the other 4. So in that regard, it was a little bit of a letdown. But again, if it was a longer series, it would have been spot on, man. I would have loved it 100%. But overall, it's still a great story, just a little bit rushed. The colors are great. The art is amazing by Rafael. And Mark Millar actually does a subtle job and doesn't go for the shock value. So I can recommend it wholeheartedly. If you want to check it out, please do so. It's a great, fun read that will pull your heartstrings on certain scenes. I will admit, it you know, right there. But overall, man, it's a great storyline. It's a great book. I highly recommend it. Huck from Image, yeah. And look at all the stars. Everybody's giving it like 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, or whatever. You know what? I'm gonna give it an awesome out of epic. So tell me what you guys thought of the book if you've read it. As always, you can follow me on your favorite social media platform, from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Tumblr. Just type a Week in Geekdom, and I'm there for you guys. All right, I gotta go. I got a ton of stuff to read and review for you guys and talk about. So until next time.
Thank you for tuning in to another installment. You can keep the conversation going through your favorite social media platform. You can like and subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Twitter, like our fan page on Facebook, and favorite our pics on Instagram. You can also write to us for feedback, suggestions, and such via aweekingeekdom@gmail.com. Until next time.